I'm going to teach you step by step how to make an easy Easter wreath for your front door. Don't worry, this is a beginner-friendly tutorial. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. You'll find a full materials list for you below in the description of this video, along with my Etsy link if you'd like to purchase today's design. Welcome to Stillwater's Wreath Designs. Come on in. We'll be building today's wreath on a 15-inch work wreath form. And our focal point will be this cute bunny welcome sign. Remember guys, today's design is just a recipe. Feel free to use any items you wish. There are two layers to the work wreath form, the upper and the lower, and so I'm going to start out by pointing all of those ties on the lower level outwards and all of the ties on the upper level inwards. The first thing we need to do is build out our Deco mesh base. We're going to start out with this 10-inch burlap colored mesh, and we're going to add 10-inch poofs. We'll be starting out on the lower level at any set of ties, and we need to anchor our mesh down into the wreath. So I've just opened up a set of ties, scrunched and gathered that Deco mesh tightly into my fingers, and placed it at the base of those ties. Then I'm going to make my first poof, so I'm going to measure that mesh out by skipping over one set of ties and going to the next, and then we're going to scrunch and gather that mesh to make that 10-inch poof. This is just approximate, guys. Nobody's going to be measuring. So I've placed that mesh all the way down to the base of those ties and gave those ties a couple of tight twists. I'm going to repeat the same pattern all the way around the lower level, and then I'll meet you back here when it's time to jump up to the upper level. Okay, once you get that last lower level poof added in, it's time to jump that mesh to the upper level. And all we're going to do is pull that mesh tautly to the upper level to the first available set of ties. We'll give those ties a couple of tight twists, and then we can continue on with those 10-inch poofs. You may find it easier to just grab your standard ruler and measure your mesh so that you get those 10-inch poofs. Okay, let's speed ahead. If you're enjoying today's tutorial, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my little channel to grow. Now that we've added our last poof into our wreath base, I'm just going to grab my scissors and trim away the remainder of that roll of Deco mesh. Okay guys, we've just finished the first layer of our Deco mesh wreath base, known as the poof layer. Now we're going to set our wreath off to the side. The next layer of Deco mesh will be adding curls into our wreath base, and our curls are going to be 10-inch rolls of white, green, and orange. There are 18 sets of ties on our wreath base, and we're going to add 2 Deco mesh curls to every set of ties. So we're going to need 18 pieces of the white Deco mesh cut at 10 inches in length, and then we're going to need 9 pieces of the green and 9 pieces of the orange, also cut at 10 inches in length. Let's speed ahead. Now that we've got all of our mesh cut, go ahead and grab your wreath frame, and I also recommend grabbing a clothespin or some sort of a clip for this next step. We'll be adding 2 curls to every set of ties, and to make a curl, you guys, you're just going to grab that piece of Deco mesh, lay it in your workstation curl side up, and roll it into a cylindrical tube. Then grab your clip, give it a pinch in the center, and set it off to the side. Grab your second piece of Deco mesh, roll it into a cylindrical tube, and then we're going to place one on top of the other in an X pattern. You'll take those 2 curls, go to any set of ties on your wreath base, add those curls all the way down to the center of those ties, and give those ties a couple of tight twists. As we add our curls, we're going to use a white curl in every set of ties, and then we'll alternate back and forth between the green and the orange throughout the entire wreath base. Okay, let's speed ahead as we get our curls added in. And this is what our wreath base will look like once all of those curls have been added in. Okay, let's move on to the next step. It's time to add some ribbon tails. I've grabbed 4 different rolls of 1.5-inch wide wired ribbon. You guys, the key to ribbon is to make sure it's always wired. We're going to need 9 pieces of each of the 4 ribbon types measured at 12 inches in length. Let me show you how to make those tails pretty quickly. I've measured out that first 12-inch piece, and now I'm going to fold my ribbon over onto itself accordion style 9 times. Then I'll cut away the remaining roll of ribbon. And while that ribbon is still folded accordion style, I'm going to grab my scissors and angle trim that stack of ribbon tails. This quick and easy method will allow you to measure those tails all out, trim those ends, and have them separated in just a couple of quick steps. Okay, I'm going to speed ahead while I cut 9 pieces of each of those ribbon types at 12 inches in length, and I'll meet you back here. I've paired up the orange and the multicolored polka dot along with the burlap polka dot and the lime green. Remember, we're going to add 2 tails to every single set of ties. So I'm just going to layer one ribbon right on top of the next, and then I'm going to fold it in half to find that center point, give it a pinch in the center, and then add those 2 tails down to any set of ties. So just place those ribbon tails down to the center of those sets of ties, give those ties a couple of tight twists, and then grab your small wire snips and trim away the excess bits of those wire ties. And I just make sure that those ribbon tails are in an X pattern, and I move on to the next. So alternating between the 2 color combinations here, we're just going to add 2 sets of ribbon tails to every set of ties, fluff out those ribbon tails, and trim away the excess bit of ties, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, now all of our ribbon tails are added into our wreath base, and it's time to move on to the next step. We'll be adding in our sign. I used my craft stapler to attach 2 floral stems to the back of my sign, and we'll use those floral stems to weave directly through the mesh and anchor it down into our wreath base. You can add this anywhere you'd like. I am adding it a little bit off to the side so that we can add a bow. Once you've poked those floral wire stems through your wreath frame, go ahead and flip it over and give each of those floral wire stems several tight twists. Then just grab your small snips, trim away the excess bits of wire, and curl those ends under with your needle nose pliers. Now that we've got our sign added in, it's time to add our bow in. I created this bow earlier off camera. You can find that tutorial as well here on YouTube. And to secure that bow in, guys, I'm just going to grab a pipe cleaner, wrap that around the center of my bow, and weave that through my wreath frame. Then I'll flip over that wreath, give those pipe cleaners a couple of tight twists, and fluff out the bow. Okay, our wreath is looking super cute, guys, and we have just one step left. We're going to add in some greenery. This is my favorite long, viney greenery bush from Hobby Lobby, and it's got the perfect finger length size of bits and pieces all along the vine. So I'm going to grab my small snips and trim off 18 pieces of the greenery. We're basically going to add 1 piece into every spot on the wreath that once had a set of ties. To add your greenery in, just grab your hot glue gun, add a pea-sized amount of hot glue at the end of that greenery bit, and nestle it in where those ties once were. We're going to do this all the way around the wreath base. Don't forget to add one into the center of your bow. And that's all there is to it. This beauty is finished. Tell me what you think.